Hello, I'm Bill Bracken with Bracken's Kitchen. Bracken's Kitchen is a nonprofit hunger relief organization in Southern California. I am the founder and culinary director. Today we are making Kitchen Reset Shepherd's Pie, a great way to empty your fridge. With 40% of America's food supply ending up in the trash can, having never been consumed by humans, we waste way too much food. Shepherd's pie is a great dish. This recipe in particular is a great way to clean out your fridge and use items that otherwise you may not use. And it's a great comfort food. Like macaroni and cheese and meatloaf, shepherd's pie is just something that warms the heart and soul. Food waste in America comes from a lot of sources, and believe it or not, a lot of it happens right at home in our own refrigerators. In this particular recipe we took advantage of some of the things that otherwise might go to waste. The yellow squash that we chopped up, and those were something that will never end up on the grocery store shelf. When you have two squash that are grown together like the ones we use, people just won't buy those at the grocery store, so they so often end up in the landfill. So we took those, we chopped them up, cut them up into nice uniform pieces for the shepherd's pie. Same thing with the celery that we chopped up. Again, everything in uniform pieces so that it will cook evenly when we're making the dish. And even that little carrot we chopped up, again, something you'll never see in the grocery store shelf, but it's out there all the time. And if you know how to find those type of items, you can actually save some money and make sure food isn't getting wasted. A lot of times I myself, my wife will cook from a recipe and we'll buy something and we bought more than what we need and then it ends up sitting in our refrigerator. Shepherd's pie is a great dish that you can use to just use up things that are left over in the fridge. You can't buy a single stalk of celery, so you end up buying a bunch of it and there's always left over in your fridge. Quite frankly, like a beef stew is you can mix and match, you can cook to your own taste, you can throw rutabagas in there, you can throw turnips, root vegetables, celery root. There's certain items you may not put in there. I wouldn't put a cucumber in there, but anything that you have in your fridge that is a vegetable, from butternut squash to tomatoes, you can even throw broccoli in there if you wanted to, and it is a great way to use up what's in your fridge. As a chef who's worked in luxury hotels for 25 years, when I founded Bracken's Kitchen, I really wanted to feed people the same way I had been feeding them for years in the luxury hotels, the same style of cooking, the same dignity and respect. So we're every day in our kitchen down in Orange County preparing, over 1,000 meals, 1,200 to 1,400 meals every day, healthy, nutritious meals, just like the shepherd's pie that we made today that we send out to people in need. Whether we're out with our food truck Betsy feeding people directly and connecting with them in the community, or whether we're providing meals to other nonprofit agencies who need to feed their clients, we just get to do what we do and love to do most, and that's cook healthy meals and give them those who need it most. And then we get to interact with our volunteers in our culinary training program where we're bringing struggling and at-risk youth. We're working with Goodwill to give jobs to people. It really just makes the whole thing so much more worthwhile. Not only are we feeding people, we're really also trying to help people, give them a path out of poverty so they might forever change their lives. If you visit us at Bracken's Kitchen and walk through our freezer today, you would probably be shocked and astonished about the amount of recovered food that's in our freezer. You'd see shrimp, you'd see prime ribeye steak. There's actually lobster in my freezer, believe it or not. All products that were otherwise going to go in the trash can if they didn't come to us. So we get to work with those every day, along with all the imperfect produce that we get, and we get to cook healthy, nutritious meals. We do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu 7 days a week, so feed those who need it most. Meat and potatoes, man, it doesn't get any better than that. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the recipe. I hope you'll try it at home and not be afraid to experiment. Have some fun when you're cooking. Don't be afraid to experiment. That's what makes cooking so joyful. Did I just use the word joyful?